Hello, people who would be, for some godforsaken reason, playing this category. My name is Coley,
That's not a good way to start it off. What?
also known as Coley_02.
What the fuck?
And today, I am going to
Yo, this
be,
game sucks, by the way.
yeah, I'm going to be going, this is not going to entice people to play our game. I'm basically being...
Yeah, I know, that's why I said to restart.
Alright, let's restart. Let's just restart. Okay, my name is Coley. I mean, the Stein's also here, so maybe he has something to say as well. This is a NLE tutorial. And you might be wondering, why are you doing a live commentary tutorial? That's because this is a really hard category to explain stuff, and it's kind of repetitive, and I thought it'd be more fun than actually playing the game. What's up, Mortal? I just realized my chat is still on, so whatever. You can leave your callouts. Actually, I'm going to turn off chat just so that nobody can see it. But, essentially, I'm under the assumption that you have played this game before. So I do not need to tell...
Button to dash. Hold R.
Well, I don't mean that. I mean, you should know rules for this category. Because this is an important category to know what the actual rules are. Which is basically, you can't enter any level early, like earlier than you're supposed to, because in this game there's obviously sequence breaks. And in this category, you're not supposed to have any sequence breaks at all. But you can do skips inside of levels. So if you, like, for instance, you can skip getting keys in Creepy 3, like where the plungers are. You can skip getting the keys. But you can't go and do, like, basement early or Kate skip, because that's entering those levels before you're supposed to. And you can also do pause storage, because pause storage, you have to warp to places that you've already been. If you don't know what pause storage is and you want to learn how to do it, I'm leaving a link to the tutorial that I made in the description. Hashtag ad. Hashtag.
Nice. Good shit, good shit.
So I'm under the assumption that you guys have already played this game before and you're responsible and you know all the rules and stuff. And if you're going to be playing on something like Dolphin, which for practicing this category, I'd highly recommend, to not have fast loads on, to show your FPS, etc. Like right now, I'm playing on emulator. I'm not showing my FPS though, because I'm not running actually. But when you are running, show your FPS. This category is really good also at teaching you movement and snacks, which is probably why most people run this category. We're gonna show you guys how to move the dog fast. I'm also gonna assume that you guys know how to use live split, and I'm just gonna scroll through slowly all my splits, or actually I'll just link it as well in the description, my splits. Yeah. So now you can have all the splits. And the numbers next to the names of the levels are the snack totals that I go for. So at the end of Hedge, I'd like to have 500 snacks. At the end of the Clamor levels, I like to have 720 snacks, etc. I'm just going to be showing you exactly what I do in an NLE run. You do not need to do everything that I do, especially something like pause storage, which only saves a minute. You do not need to do that if you're starting off running this category. That is just a surefire way to quit the game when you don't really need to, when you're still learning the category. So feel free to use this as just a reference of what snacks are kind of worth it and what snacks aren't particularly worth it in an NLE run. Everybody who runs this category probably just does a different snack route anyway, but the quotas are basically the same. So, like every other category in this game, we start the timer when we enter a new game. So we would have started the timer right there. I am not going to do pause storage.
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
I'm not doing pause
storage.
storage.
You doing pause storage. Yeah. You don't have to redo the whole thing.
You also don't have to do something like fade skip if you guys know what fade skip is. But the first thing we're going to do is, if you've played like any percent, no creepy early, obviously, you just go through and you do playground. It's pretty straightforward stuff. The beginning of this category is basically identical to any percent until you reach Pier. Well, actually, not even Pier, because, well, yeah, Pier, actually, no matter what. But yeah, you just go through playground, you collect all these snacks as normal. You know the drill. Oh yeah, I got shocked too. Yeah, you get the box. So yeah, we just, pretty easy stuff, right? Not really that bad. A lot of these levels are pretty self-explanatory, if I'm being completely honest. It's the big thing about this category is literally just making sure you have good snacks. And the more you play this category, the more you realize how much shit you can actually get away with. So, like, for example, at the beginning of this whole run, I'm kind of at the point now where collecting snacks at the beginning of the run isn't a huge ordeal because there's so much that can make up for it that you can kind of just move along. So, yeah, we do chandelier jump like normal, grab the key, talk to Holly, and we just run. We just get out of here. Enter through the door. I should have had my input viewer on. I'll turn it on, I guess, when it matters. But yeah, we just talked to Don. Again, this is all just normal any % stuff. Collect the key. Wait for the cutscene. Go gadget Scooby-Doo. And then this is where I split for Manor. Obviously, if you're using other splits, then you just split wherever you'd like. And in my PB, I got a 1 minute and 54 second Manor, which is pretty good. It's not the worst in the world. I didn't even get fade skip, so... because I'm crazy and I go for fade skip. And you guys know this whole ordeal. You go around the rats. I didn't make the cycle because I'm cringe. And you just jump up here. You grab the snack box as well. And you enter Shock 2. Now, Shock 2 is basically identical to any %, except we're going to grab an extra snack box. And for fun fact, we actually used to do... we used to grab this box in any %, before Fishy Skip and other things were found. The reason why is that this box is normally very slow. But in NLE, we have to collect so many snacks that the slowest of snacks actually become faster than you think. So I also like going for this snack box as well. That's incredibly useful. And then you grab these arcs, you grab on there, jump on the life preserver, and then you can just swing right to that box. And if you're quick enough, you sometimes make a good hook cycle, or you're like me and you die. So this is already a great start to Shock 2 right here. But not too big a deal. Again, you jump on the box here, get on the life preserver, the box. It's really not that bad. This is like the only category you do it in now, because snacks really don't... snacks aren't as intense as they used to be. So now we're in Pier 2. This is pretty similar to any %. You jump on the tar here. You grab the snack box. Instead of landing on this barrel, though, you're just going to keep trucking through. Well, it depends, actually. Probably shouldn't have done that. Here, if you are going to do tar strats, this is where you would do it. However method you'd like to. I'm just going to get it for the sake of having like a better snack quota just to represent to you guys. What's up? Yeah, and I have a whole video on doing tar strats, which, granted, I don't think in this category is entirely dependent on tar strats, but yeah, tar strats is pretty dope just because you get all the snacks. So from this point onward, you can do two different things. One is that you can pause storage away, which again, if you really want to pause storage, I'll leave a link in the description of my tutorial. Otherwise, if you don't want to do pause storage, which I would highly recommend you doing if you have not really played this game very intensely, you just death abuse, like you would in any %. Except instead of void warping in this level, we're going to bounce on this crab, bounce on this pole, and then jump over to here. So probably it'd be faster if you don't even collect those snacks on your first way through, because you're just going to get like the snack box and stuff anyway. You should just gun it to the door, to Spring's room, Pier 3. That's just my bad. So, and there's probably going to be other unfortunate loopholes in this tutorial. That's just how it's going to be. So after we get the springs, though, we're just going to warp back to here, and we're going to enter Hedge. Grab the key, go through the door. Hedge is going to be basically, or at least Hedge 1 is going to be the same. In Hedge 2, we're actually going to do a really cool trick called Bridge Jump, which I do cool in apostrophes. Or not, yeah, no, quotation marks. That's the punctuation. It's cool in the sense that you get to do more of the level in an interesting way. This is actually the only category we do it in now. We used to do it in any %, but again, since we found Fishy Skip and all sorts of other things, we don't really need to do it anymore. But otherwise, yeah, Hedge 1, easy. You just do everything the same. Not too big of a deal. Here, again, same as any percent. You just run down, grab all these snacks, avoid the werewolf, go for each cycle. I'm not a Chad, unfortunately. And so up here is when we're about to do bridge jump. So you just slip on by through here. Again, everything's pretty normal. Again, the beginning part is really boring. Alright, so this is bridge jump. So you want to jump to this arc of snacks. And I'm going to show you how I do bridge jump. Everybody basically does bridge jump differently. I think that this, personally, is just the easiest way of doing it. I don't know if it's even the fastest way, but it's just made the most sense to me. So when you're rubbing up against, there's like an invisible wall right here. And if you edge on the hedge right here, you see how Scooby, he's kind of just stuck in this little like invisible corner thing. This is the exact position you want to be in when you're doing bridge jumps. So I hold R, and while you're running into the wall, you do a jump that's a little delayed, and you saw that ledge I landed on? And you normally can just jump right. If I have a bad camera angle. There you go. So you just have to do a delayed double jump to really get it. So yeah, you get in this corner, delay your double jump, walk to the right, and jump up again. It is a little tricky at first when you do it, but this trick really isn't that bad the more you practice it. I normally don't like having this camera angle where I'm like right in front of the bridge. I normally like having, I guess, a better camera angle that's to the left. Maybe like this. I had it before. But yeah, you just have to watch out for your head hitting the bottom of the bridge, and everything should be fine. But once you get bridge jump, we're just going to come over here, and we're going to collect all these snacks, which again, in any percent, they're super slow now and really out of the way. But now we can kind of just... That was really bad. Normally you just want to jump over that gap. But yeah, now we just collect all these snacks. And normally you need the plungers to get up here. But obviously, because you can do skips inside of a level, you don't have to do them... you don't have to, you know... It's in the rules. Let's just say that much. Obviously, if you're doing something like glitchless, it's not. This level is basically the same as well. You know, jump on the spider, flower. But instead of death abusing at the end of this, we're actually just going to keep going because this is where you're supposed to go. And this is where I'm kind of going to put a fork in the road for you, and this is going to be your choice of what to do. I'm actually going to make a save state here because I'm going to show off the different ways of doing this level. So there's basically two, but technically three ways of doing this level. You either use Shaggy throughout the entirety of the level, or you use Shaggy like partway through the level. And when you use Shaggy partway through the level, you can either jump off and go through the level like faster, or you can play it a little bit safer but still not use Shaggy throughout the whole time. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to make a quick save state right here so that I can show you guys what's up. Specifically with Shaggyless. If you don't know how to do this level with Shaggy, you can just look up any walkthrough of this game with I'm sorry, I need to pull up my my save states. But if you don't know how to do this level, then literally just look up a walkthrough of the game casually. It's pretty straightforward. You just
ride on the thing, bro.
You just ride on the thing. That's basically it.
Just ride the lawn.
But for Shaggyless, well, it's called Shaggyless, but we only use Shaggy for this beginning part. So I guess I'm not really going to do that much explaining in this level, just because I think it just works best when you just watch what I do. But essentially, we're just going to use iframes to our advantage, and from this point is when we leave Shaggy alone. If you have 5 health, you can just straight up go for it, gun it, get all the snacks that you need, which I'm about to show in a sec, and you're good. If you have 4 health, then I would wait for Shaggy until the seesaw. So I have 5 health, so I'm going to jump all the way over here, and then you grab the snacks there. That top one is really hard to get to, but that's okay. And so now that you have 3 health, you can go and get these 5 sandwiches. So if you had 4 health, I would suggest you wait at that first arc. So then you only get hit once, and then by the time you get to this point, you'll have 3 health. So now we're just going to get hit again. We're going to run all the way over here, grab these snacks. You can jump on this guy's head, and then jump onto this lamp, grab all the snacks right here, and then you still have iframes, so you can jump over the scarecrow, get hit again. You're at 2 health. You don't have to get hurt up here. Bam, you're at 1 health, so just be careful. But that's okay, because right here there's a conveniently placed sandwich in which we can just jump far across over here and run to the end of the level. I didn't realize that he spoke his words so far away. But that's essentially Shaggyless. I'll just do it, I guess, one more time, showing what would happen if you had 4 health. Just because I don't know if I explained it very well, and it might just be better with a visual. But yeah. So honestly, it's not even that bad. I don't really know how much time this actually saves in the run. It's probably like 20-30 seconds if I'm guessing. But if you don't feel comfortable with doing this at the start, that's totally fine. I didn't start doing Shaggyless and NLE either. Believe it or not, they do this in Hundo. And so I have 4 health, by the way. I'm waiting. So then you just wait for Shaggy right there. Again, you can see how this is a little bit slower. But you're for sure guaranteed to get all the snacks right here. And then you get hit here. And then you jump on the seesaw. Because now you're going to have perfect health again. And then we just go through this level like we did before. But yeah, people do full out Shaggyless and Hundo where you have to collect every single snack. Psychopaths.
Yep.
But when I... Yeah. So... But yeah, the more that you do this level, the easier it actually becomes. And I'm pretty confident in doing full Shaggyless, especially in this category, because if you miss a couple snacks, it's not the end of the world. So, but now you just have to be careful if you do Shaggyless, that throughout the next few levels, you will probably have 1 health, and you just have to be very careful. As you can see, we have 498 snacks here, which is really close to the 500 snack quota that you see on my live split right now, where it says Hedge. So that's a really great snack count. I like to think that at this point of the game, anything that is like 10 away from the snack quota is okay. These levels are very straightforward as well if you just copy what I do. You really just run through the level and grab all these snacks, emphasizing charges when needed. I like to charge around this scarecrow and then jump on this trash can and do not that. Wow. Great. Not.
Did you die?
I did die, and that's what I'm saying. And
that's
that can,
what I was
like,
going to say.
This is going to be
the hardest part of Shaggy is
the
levels after it that you have to do.
Yeah, so I think it's a good idea that I showed that I died. But I like to grab that snack and then grab these snack. Actually, I can just do this, Smiley. I have save states. I'm in an emulator. Let me show you how to actually do this level better. Apologies for how messy this tutorial has become.
You can also edit it.
I can also edit it, that's right. So here, let me show you what I actually like to do. Right there. I like doing that, and then you can actually charge and thread the needle if you're quick enough. But yeah, then you grab onto here, you land on these platforms. I was a little late to them. That's okay. And then you can try not getting hit. It's kind of hard to do. Not the end of the world if you get hit, though, because you do grab a sandwich in that level, so you can take a free hit in there. This level, again, is pretty straightforward. I like to be a little risky on these platforms and kind of thread the needle a little bit. There's a cycle at the end of the level that we want to make where there's like 2 scarecrows and they're pretty much out of the way right here. I kind of made it. I could be faster, though. But yeah, then you just... there you go. That's greenhouse. I also just realized I do this super unnecessary thing that saves like probably 0.2 seconds where I run next to this cauldron. You can jump over it. It's not necessary to do that. It's literally a stupid thing that I do. But yeah, that's Greenhouse. Greenhouse is really not the hardest level in the world. But if you're going to grind this category down to something like, well, at least currently, the good time is like a 108, 109.
Damn, that's a good time? God damn, I'm about to not have a good time in NLE.
Then,
time. I'm going for
oh my
12,
god,
bro.
I'm sorry, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Here, let's go back to... But anyway, these levels are just really hard to grind, like to get down really well and get like a 112, 111 time. So here what we're going to do, if you've ever played Hundo, is first we're going to grab these 4 snacks. And then right above Scooby right here, you see that there's like a weird invisible ceiling. You can stand on that. Normally I like to jump from like this portion of the ground right here that's sticking out and then double jump up to it like this. And then you can just do, I would recommend doing a like just full height double jump to land on the collision of the tree, and then you can jump up here. And we're going to be doing that jump twice. And we're doing it once to come over here. There's a sandwich right there, by the way, so it can help you stock up on health. And there's one right here, so if you get hit by the zombie when digging up that flower, which is actually faster, then you'll be fine. You won't have a problem with your health. And then we're going to do that jump again to get up here to these trees. Depending on how fast you do this level, it depends. That's going to, you know, judge where these bats are. But if you... Oh, no, you fell down here. What do I do? Well, if you want to, you can collect these snacks. It doesn't really hurt that bad. But if you want to get up to the treetops, then if you jump right here, there you see there's like a little ledge right there. You can actually jump back up to the tree if I'm good enough. There you go. You can actually jump right back up to the tree. It is pretty difficult, but I just like holding R, doing a full single jump to land on that ledge, and then you can jump back up there. It's like the actual ledge is right in between this pole that Scooby's in front of and like this lamp, really. So hopefully that helps. It's a good backup if you can get it. So yeah, we're just going to get all the snacks up here, and we're just going to straight shoot through the rest of this level. This level always has time save in it for me because there's so much to get hit by or lose time to. So the more you practice this level, the better you get at it. No, falling down. But yeah, so this level is actually pretty simplistic at its core. But the hardest part...
the hardest trick you're going to do in the run.
If you practice it, it's not that bad. So there's an invisible wall right here. Oh yeah, you will probably have trouble with it.
I had a lot of trouble with it for like weeks,
there's an invisible wall right here, and you can actually jump on top of it right here, and then we're gonna collect all those snacks in the background over there, as you can see. And this jump is really difficult. But what I like to do is, you can stand in this corner right here. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. So just stand in this corner right here. And if you've ever done something like, well, I'm assuming if you've done any percent, you've done like Shark Room Skip, where the idea is that you kind of hold left and then you hold up left or right and upright, depending on whatever door you're going to be clipping through. But you go from like a horizontal to a diagonal movement. You kind of do the same thing with this jump. I like to hold right, and then when I'm doing my second double jump, I hold upright. And that's why I hate doing it in the corner. Yeah. So that's really all I do. It's very feel-based. So it might also help if you jump to the corner. See how like Scooby's still getting that weird little push thing. He's not like continuously sliding on the wall. If that helps. Normally what can happen is, let's see if I can recreate it right here. Now I can't recreate it. Normally I'm very good at doing this. Okay, that was kind of it. But sometimes you can die there. Not the end of the world because you're just right here. Obviously it'll stack up in time loss, but it's not the end of the world to go over here and just try it again. So that's a trick where I apologize that it's kind of difficult to explain it. But there's other tricks that are probably going to be difficult to explain or that you won't get. So I would suggest leaving a comment in the description, or I'm going to link the Scooby speedrunning Discord in the description as well, where you are totally free to ask questions, and there's like so many helpful people that can guide you on what to do, possibly, probably better than me. So once you get...
I can do it better than him.
Yeah. Once you get on this wall, you want to collect just all these snacks right here. I like to double jump the first few, and then by the time I get to this one, you can just single jump it pretty confidently. Just remember that there's some downward momentum because they're falling platforms. And then... Oh, I don't know if this will work now. If some of you are familiar with Scooby and cutscene skips, sort of, Scooby acts differently in a room when he enters a cutscene, depending whether or not he skidded in the level before he entered it. That sounded like a mouthful. An example would be, if anyone knows the room, Plot 2, or the room with all those cauldrons, the urn room, where you have to hit all 4 of those urns. When you enter the next level, there's a cutscene. And so in the urn room, you don't want to skid at all, because otherwise you won't skip the cutscene. We're going to do something similar here in Hill, except you won't skip the cutscene, but rather you will just slide forward, and it just gives a little bit of time save. It's really not the biggest deal in the world. Basically half a second. So I'm just going to show it to you here. You hold R and down right if you haven't skid through the room at all. You hold R and down right, or I think you could just do right as well. I don't think it really matters. Either way, you're going to be going in this forward direction. But you see how I skid, and now I'm right under the box? So then you can just spam jump really quickly, and you probably won't even get hurt by the green thing when you do it. And yeah, just some free little time save if you don't skid into the level. So here, I'll just show it again real quick. Boom, slid right in there. Slide it in her DMs. And then you can just wow, cool. I'm glad that the thing that I described didn't work. It's probably because I single jumped accidentally. But yeah, there's a couple times I kind of found these on my own. I didn't really think about there you go. See, I was like completely invulnerable to that green stuff right there. That's kind of, it's just a cool little optimization thing. But otherwise, you just collect all the snacks that you saw right there. You jump to grab these snacks. I haven't found a fast way, like I haven't found a real boulder cycle for this category yet. So I just jump over the boulder. And then yeah, you kind of just any percent the rest of this level right here. Don't get hit, obviously. That's slow. Always jump on this wall right here, even if
ideas for that boulder.
Probably. I mean, I don't really care that much.
Yeah, I just have some ideas for it.
So, and then yeah, so you grab the helmet up here, and then you collect the snacks. And then here's where you can do another pause storage if you'd like. I'm gonna death abuse, and go back to the warp gate. I also just realized I went to that warp gate as a habit. If you are not going to pause storage, you just run right through here. Don't go for that warp gate. I go for that warp gate because I pause storage and runs. So we're gonna backtrack here, and we need to warp here, you know, somehow. Just thought I'd clarify that. But now is where we're going to be doing something completely different than any other category in the entire game, and is personally my favorite part of this entire speedrun.
And the hardest.
And the hardest. Manor. So we're just going to enter through Manor right here. Oh,
These levels are fun as hell, though. Oh,
shit,
no
I forgot that I...
Don't let TFX Mortal tell you otherwise.
We're cutting this part out of the video because I forgot that... Well, no, I'm using a safe state, and I forgot I used the warp gate cheat code, so I didn't actually do Clamor 1 at all before. It's just messy. But I'll just re-enter. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright. I fixed my problem. Everything's good. let's enter the level.
They call them the fixer.
So now that we're entering this level, I just like to hold left, and you can just R dash to it. Jump up here, grab all these snacks, slide on down right here, and then because we have the double jump, we're just gonna get all these snacks really easily. Pretty nice stuff. We're also gonna hit this bookcase right here, grab all these snacks and the snack box right here, and then just exit the level. Really easy stuff. A lot of these Manor levels are basically require you to just collect a bunch of snacks and just walk to the door. So here, grabbing all these snacks right here. Watch out for the creeper, obviously. Then we're going to come all the way up here, and if you're fast enough, you can slip through the Headless Spectre and grab that snack box. Probably wasn't worth it for me, though, because I missed so many snacks along the way anyway. And if you can avoid that Headless Spectre, then you can actually just loop all the way around and grab these snacks without a problem. Now, here is an optional snack box. Mortal gets this snack box, I think, still. I don't, because this snack box is garbage and trash without, like, the umbrella. Yeah! But if you want to get this snack, I think you can jump from this chair, or you can do the door, yeah. Which most people do. Personally. Most people do the door. Just find out whatever works for you. It's not really that big a deal. Personally, I just don't like going through this, getting the snack box anyway. But yeah, it's
like, try it. If you can hit the jump, go for it. If you can't,
yeah, there you go. That's with the chair. So if like, you know, if you're behind on snacks and you don't really feel comfortable with your snack count, then maybe you can go for it. Why not? This is, I'm not even gonna bother explaining this. This is kind of just how I do things. Everybody does this room kind of differently, to be completely honest. But this is how I do the room. The enemy cycles line up pretty well. Regardless how you do the room, those are the snacks you're going to be getting anyway. But that's just how I do it. I think it makes the most sense. Sorry, there's not much to say. This room's pretty straightforward. You just grab those snacks and go. Now here, this room is more complicated. Maybe I make it more complicated than it should be because I've practiced it so much. But with this room, actually, yeah, I'll just simplify it. I'm not going to go into the extreme, like, movement tech of this level, although I find it incredibly interesting. But I like charging to grab all those snacks, and then I also like charging around this werewolf and hopefully grabbing the key. Be careful just when grabbing that key, because, yeah, you can die from the fire in the stove. And that key unlocks this doorway, and we don't have to, you know, watch a whole big cutscene or whatever. And then we gotta make sure we grab this snack box. You can kill this Geronimo. I just like to jump around it. You can also slide next to it, but I've just never really gotten it down because when you dash to it, it's like a really dumb camera angle. And I don't really do this, like, room slower than others anyway, so I just jump over that Geronimo. But yeah, that's one of those levels where it's like Greenhouse. It's a pretty straightforward level, but if you really want to take it to another level, it's a pretty cool difficulty spike sort of
also,
thing.
Just don't hit the button there as well.
Yeah, don't hit the button at the end, because that triggers a cutscene. What you saw me jump over was like a wet floor sign. And so then here, we're going to jump up to these chandeliers and grab these snacks up here. There's a ton of different ledges if you look at other people's runs on how to get up to these chandeliers. I'm just showing you what I do because I think it's just the easiest to use the furniture. But there are invisible ledges on the walls that you can use as well. This level, I push it to the extreme. I'll admit that. So, just collect. This is another time where it's like, if you really want to copy my movement and take this level extremely seriously like me, then go right ahead and do it. But otherwise, just basically do, in general, what I do. So, like, grab those 4 keys right there. You're going to want to grab all these snacks. Grab all these snacks right here. I like charging on this railing because you can grab all the snacks at the same time. Grab all these snack boxes. And when you enter this room, I actually don't go for the snack box, but because, you know, you're new at this category, I'd recommend you grab that snack box. And then you probably have to wait for the door. Depends. But basically, you just grab all the snacks that are on your way to the exit. and then you leave. This level, again, one of those levels where it is really not... Oh yeah, that's probably important. Thank you for my hidden chat for reminding me. In this level, there is a cutscene, which I'll show you right here. I completely forgot about this cutscene because I never hit it, Lamau. No, I'm just joking. But there's a cutscene right there, and you want to skip it. So how we skip it in this category, I guess, is...
Every category.
Well, every category, yeah. Is you jump on this lamp here, and then you just double jump onto the other side. If you just want to look and see, like, because you see how there's, like, grids on the floor. I'm just going to walk into the cutscene. Hold on, I need to kill this guy. I'm just going to walk into the cutscene, and then using the grid on the floor, you can kind of see where the trigger's located. So it's, like, right on that line with that square. So yeah, you want to make sure you skip that cutscene, because that's like a 20-second time loss about. It's not fun, not great at all, not very cool. You can skip the cutscene on the right side. I would extremely not recommend it though, because it is incredibly more difficult and not worth your time. So yeah, just a rerun of the room, I guess, is you just want to grab all these snacks right here, jump on the table, and just grab all the snacks. If you miss a few here, this room is one of those rooms where it is definitely not worth like going back for snacks that much. You're gonna end up losing more time than you think. When there's rooms like this where you have to make tighter cycles or just like a lot of different cycles in general, normally you don't really need to go back for snacks. But yeah, this room is also pretty straightforward. You grab all those snacks in the beginning of the room right there. I like to charge through this hallway, and then I double jump to grab all 3 snacks on this left side, and then I can just grab the box right here, immediately jumping down to here, and then we're just going to skid right into this cutscene. And instead of getting on this chandelier, we're just going to jump across right over here. I like to double jump for safety. You can single jump it though. I'm just a wuss, and I really just don't want to die there because I've died there before. We land on that button. That is one of the few buttons in this game where you don't need the super smash for it, and that's mined. So, and this is also where what's up?
Oh, sorry. Is that the only button in the game? No, there's the one in Clamor.
Yeah.
Never mind. There's 2.
And so this is where this is my favorite level of the whole run. But this level is admittedly still a pain in the ass to do. And that's upstairs 1. So this is another opportunity where I'm going to shut up and just do the level and then kind of just explain what I do. Again, you don't have to go for all the cycles that I do with enemies and stuff. But if you want to just overall copy the movement and stuff, go right ahead. Regardless of how you do this level, you're going to grab all these snacks anyway. So I will probably pause for that chandelier up there on how I do that one. I normally don't charge there. That's just an old habit. But yeah, normally you'd want the zombie right here. That shows you if you're doing the level decently well enough. You also don't really want to get hit there.
Are you sure?
When you reach this chandelier, though, no matter what cycle you're on, if you are on like the left side towards this wall and you jump over the gap, you can get a lot of the snacks without even hitting the chandelier. So when you're coming up from this corner, you can just kind of hug this wall a little bit and you're gonna make it. So, which I think is just very cool, makes the level a lot easier. And we're just moving on through this corridor, as the British say. We're going to be moving through this corridor, and we're going to grab all these snacks right here. I like single jumping over these pits. You can double jump over them. And also, don't worry about getting these snacks by the witch doctors. I try and do this cool thing where I charge around them and try and collect them with Scooby's body. But you don't have to do that. Just make sure you grab that snack box right there in that box. And here we're going to enter upstairs 2. And this level got a lot more interesting since I've been grinding this level to get like an OX time. We're going to collect all these snacks right here. And then if you're not familiar with doing something like this in any percent, we're going to be doing what's called a skid jump. So when you probably know it if you do Skull 4 Void Warp.
That's fine.
But basically what a skid jump is when Scooby is charging without holding the R button, so you're just pressing B, he does a skid afterwards, which normally sucks because that's really slow. But if Scooby is skidding in the air, then he can actually do a double jump right after he skids, getting him a ton of more distance. And so we're going to do that right here with this trampoline. We're just going to charge onto this trampoline, and then you can just double jump and skip all these stairs. Now, I am unsure. There's probably a way where you can jump on this trampoline and then try and get to the top. It's probably a precise jump, but you can just do this. It's really not that difficult. You just hold B without holding R, and then you just jump whenever. You can even jump in the middle of the charge, not even when it's like done yet, and it still does that skid, giving you even just some distance, some more distance. I can English very well. But it's not very difficult at all. And so that allows us to skip the entire middle section of this room, and we're just going to jump all the way back down to here. I like jumping from the trampoline up to the chandelier. I was a little sloppy there, admittedly. And personally, I like starting from this side of the room, grabbing all these snacks right here, and then going to the door here and upstairs 3. Personally, what I like to do. And then here in upstairs 3, I try and book it for this cobweb all the way up here. If you I didn't time it right. Oh well. Normally you can beat that ghost there. If you don't, it's not a big deal, but you just want to grab all the snacks up here. And then we're going to turn around right here. And we're going to grab all these snacks that we left behind right here with just one charge. Pretty fast stuff. And then right here, we're just going to break these boxes. Collect the snacks, and then I like to carry Shaggy to like this point right around here, because it makes the cutscene go by faster when you get him on the platform. But otherwise, you just jump up here, grab whatever snacks are on the way, and then you dash over to here, press the button. He goes up the platform. Then from here, we're going to jump onto this chandelier right here, just cut in the corner a little bit, having Shaggy pick us up. As you can tell, that button is kind of funny, and then we're just going to enter through the door right here. Pretty standard stuff. And that's also another instance of a button that you don't really need the Super Smash for. Here, you want to charge. If you don't get down here, it's not really that big a deal. You're just going to drop down here anyway. You're going to grab all these snacks right here, and you're going to grab the snacks in these boxes, jump up on the bed and the trampoline, and then we're going to do another skid jump all the way over here. If for whatever reason you do not like doing skid jumps or don't want to do skid jumps, then you can just go in the trampoline right here and jump across with those chandeliers. I just skid jump because it's pretty straightforward stuff. Then we come up here. I like to try and get both of those snacks, preferably without hitting the witch. These headless specters really suck because you can't really slip next to them like you can with other enemies. But nothing much you can do about that one. Our snack quota, I believe it said 1025. On here it says 1030. So again, I think snacks are looking pretty good. And now we're going to enter Don't Look Down. And immediately right here, there's just going to be a cutscene that we're going to wait for. I've never actually tried it, but if you remember that skid thing I did earlier in Hill 3, I feel like you could probably do it in this level. I'm not sure, though. I've never tried. Somebody probably has. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It's probably, at best, like a half a second time thing. I thought I just mentioned that. But we're going to jump all the way down here. I like B-dashing on this platform here, and then just running on this one, because it's a little bit shorter. But then you can jump onto that trampoline and just grab all these don't fall. And grab all these snacks right here. If you're quick enough,
don't look down.
Yeah, don't look down. If you're quick enough, the creeper will be standing like right here, and you can grab this snack. A little extra snack if you're fast. If you don't, no big deal. But you're just gonna, collect all the snacks on that platform, jump down here, grab all the snacks. Jump across these lanterns. These can be a little scary. And then you can just charge her all the way right up to here. So, yeah, just watch out for that creeper.
Aw.
Oh, man. So immediately right here, what you want to do is kill the bat, because that is actually an enemy worth killing. Which you'll see in a sec, because we're going to go back through that way of the level, and it won't be in the way, because normally that bat is in the way. Obviously, you want to collect that snacks right there. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you just collect all the snacks right here. We're going through this level backwards because it actually skips a cutscene, and then when we come out of this doorway right there, the bat's not in the way, so there's no time loss, and it's safer. Kill the bat, please, for the love of God. There was a huge point in time where I didn't kill the bat, and then it finally clicked in my brain that killing the bat is good. And so now I kill every bat, every single one. I go to the cave by my house, and I kill every... No.
Oh.
Took a dark turn.
Monkus.
So now we're going to do tower. And I go for a cycle here that by all means you do not have to go through. But if you do want to go through this cycle... the key is to literally never rub up against any walls, jump for as short a possible time as you can, and stay close to the wall. Just don't rub up against it. You'll see what I mean right here. So we're going to go down, and regardless if you make the cycle, you want to grab all these snacks right here, and then we're going to charge all the way up here. If you stay towards the wall, not the railing, but the wall, of that spider and this headless specter, then you can actually slip right past them. And then, yeah, and this is the cycle that people normally want to go for, is beating this chandelier. But by all means, you do not have to make that cycle. If the chandelier is in the way, you can collect like half the arc right here, jump around it, grab the other half, and then go. Also, I like to, when I'm entering through this door, you can skid and grab that snack. Whether you think it's worth it or not is entirely up to you. But that's basically tower. Again, a level where simple at first, but if you really want to get good at it and be faster in it, it is kind of a difficult level. This level is also another one, because you're charging upstairs a lot, and it's kind of field-based when you figure out what parts of the stairs you get stuck on and which ones you don't. But you just want to go and loop around this whole level, grabbing all the snacks. Jumping up here, and then entering Attic 3. Attic 3 is literally a line. So literally just follow the line, and you'll be all set. You can slip past this witch doctor right here instead of bonking it, which is really cool. You just want to make sure you grab all the keys, obviously. So there's one right there. And then if you're cool, you can have a perfect charge. You can jump up here early. Grab the key right there. Actually drop down. Pretty straightforward stuff. I think Mortal goes for a frame perfect on this Witch Doctor. I just like to jump around it like that. You could probably single jump it too. I just always do a quick double jump because it's basically the same duration of time. And now we're going to enter Attic 4. Again, please don't go for the cycles that I do. Just collect all the snacks that I do. And if you want to go for all the cycles that you do, then that's great.
Have fun, Smile.
But yeah, you just collect all those snacks in that little hallway, and then you grab all the snacks right here and those boxes back there. You're going to jump on this carpet. You can jump off a little bit early. And you can grab all these snacks on these two rafters right here. And then you jump to the other side. I like to grab the snacks like this if I've made that Headless Spectre cycle, because you can charge and grab those two snacks at the exact same time. And then you grab all these snacks right here, and you kind of just do a little circle. Dodge the barrels if you can. And there you go. And my snack quota right now is 1047, and I would normally like to have a 1050 where it says panic/tower, because these are panic in the attic, Midwestern joke.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Can you explain it?
Midwesterners talk weird. So now,
Like how?
we don't open our mouth a lot, and then we all kind of sound like Valley Girls a little bit if we talk too fast.
Oh my god, you're a Valley Girl too? Oh, hell yeah.
So now we're going to do Dark and Stormy Night, and you can make a really great cycle here with those little flaming things in the background. That's still, again, not necessary, but you realize how heavy, how cycle heavy Manor really is. We're going to collect all this.
Guy is.
Yeah. We're going to grab all the snacks right there. If the creepers are in your way, when you press this button, you can jump over them. Sometimes they move out of your way, sometimes they don't. Otherwise, you just want to charge over to where we opened up that gate. I like grabbing the snacks in this pattern because the cycle of the Headless Spectre seems to be nicer. And then this is like the super dope cycle that you can make where you can just kind of vibe and they all just fire pillar up in front of you and it never gets in your way. And then I like to slide down here, grab all the snacks at this floor level. That werewolf's pretty hard to dodge, especially because there's that puddle of water. But then you jump from this carpet to this snack box up here. I normally B-dash down there, but my input dropped. I don't think it really matters what you do. And then you're going to stand on this ledge right here above the right door, stand where this like statue is, and then do a double jump over. There's like an invisible wall right there, and you can actually skip pressing the button. That level's a mouthful. But you got the core down, I guess. Not too tricky. And then...
Not to be confused with tricky powers.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. But I collect all the snacks right here. I like to skid into Shaggy. I was a little too soon.
First TFT, now tricky towers.
I know tilted towers. Jump over to this carpet. Collect the snacks. Press the button. Then you're just going to watch the cutscene. I'm going to show you a snack box that you can go for. And if you're feeling pretty swag, then you can go for this. But I would probably just not even go for this snack box, to be completely honest. And there's two ways of getting this snack box. One way is doing this, where you use the momentum of the slippery roof to grab that snack box right there. Or what you can do is you can stand on this fence right here and then jump up to there, and then you can just grab the snack box. If you really want to see it, Mortal does it in his runs currently, or at least in his 108 he did. So if you want to check out how you get this box right here, then by all means go for it. It's a really hard box to get, and if you don't really get it your like first few attempts, it's really not worth it. So I would just recommend for you just learning the route, just don't even go for it. But we're just going to collect all the snacks right here, grab these keys, and then we're going to go to our first boss fight, the Black Knight. Which is entirely RNG, so yay, one of the 4 points of RNG, technically 5 points of RNG if you count coffins, but we're just not going to count coffins because we don't really do the entirety of coffins anyway. So yeah.
If you made it this far in the video, make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah! Jump over the tower.
Coley_02 on twitch.tv/Coley_02.
So I like to like hedge gate clip spam A at this cutscene. And then I like to jump up to this sandwich here, and then I hit Black Knight. I like to jump over the puddle for whatever reason. And then I hit Black Knight again, and then I hit him again right here. And then I stand on this tree because I always feel like if I get the axes out of bounds, then something cool will happen. Like a perfect Black Knight, like I'm about to get right now. Fuck! Oh, I was so close. That was a really great Black Knight.
This will not happen to you, by the way.
God damn it, that was a really good black. That was almost a perfect Black Knight if he actually went all the way over to the right. But yeah, this whole boss is basically just he sprays and you pray.
Yeah, sometimes you can just get like soft block there for 2 minutes, and you're like, wow, this is very sad. You don't actually get soft block. You're just watching him walk back.
Yeah, you're just watching him walk back and forth. There's no rhyme or rhythm to this boss fight at all, from what I can really tell. I feel like I just get extremely lucky with this boss fight. But yeah, RNG's fun. RNG's great. But luckily, this is like the worst boss in terms of RNG. Redbeard's definitely the worst boss in this whole run, though.
Don't worry, Redbeard's skill and not RNG, smile. Are you still fighting Black Knight?
Yeah, I am. We're cutting this out. We're cutting this out of the tutorial. We're cutting this out of the tutorial.
Make sure to subscribe to Jaxler1 on twitch.tv. Give him your
There we go. All right, cool.
Sub.
Now that we've skipped the 5-minute Black Knight segment, we're going to skip this cutscene, and now you have the galoshes. Here's where you can do another pause storage. If you're not doing pause storage, then you're going to enter this room right here, and you're going to go to the warp gate. Ignore the monster token because we don't need it, even though it looks very cool and delectable. And we're going to go all the way back to... we might have to watch the... I don't have it activated. BBX, BBX, BXXX. And we're going to go to shock. Oh my goodness. Ta-da! There we go. We went to shock.
Shock on the
And because we have the galoshes, we could just... Okay, because we have the... Sorry, I had to watch that cutscene. Because you have the galoshes, you could just run right here. And if you're Gucci, you can grab the snack. If you miss the snack, it's not a big deal. Fishy itself is pretty self-explanatory. This is going to be weird to say because we used to do these levels in 90%, but now we don't. So basically, you kind of just want to just collect all these snacks. Good luck, really. The more you practice these levels, the more efficient you'll get at them. Essentially, you just want to single jump more than you think, and soon you'll get used to how momentum works in this game, so you can just do more riskier things. But that general path through...
If the treadmill is going against you, jump off of it immediately, and then if the treadmill is going with you, stay on the treadmill and momentum go forward.
Good advice right there. Yeah, Fishy 1 is definitely like the worst level we're going to be doing. This level is unique. This is the second Fishy level, because realistically you should not lose time. The only thing you should really lose is snacks. So actually collect that key there. Well, yeah, you shouldn't, but...
You should lose snacks, goddamn, okay. You should miss snacks.
Yeah, you should. Make it harder for yourself. You can jump up early there as well. Yeah, you want to collect the key, follow that snack line previously, grab this key, and then we're going to do a heroic jump all the way down to here. Have all these snacks in this line, grab the third key, and then jump off a little bit early to get these two snacks. We're going to go all the way down left. Then we're going to go all the way back up. And then we're going to go all the way to the left. To grab this last key. And then hopefully, if you were quick enough, you should be able to make this platform cycle right here. And you should just be able to jump right to the door. And you can enter. And when you enter this level, you immediately want to hold right and R. Because then you could just jump up all these platforms right here. And then jump on that invisible wall right there. And yeah, you just want to grab all these snacks as well. Jump down here, grab part of this huge line of snacks. And then you can enter through the door. This level is really easy. On paper, surprisingly, there's a lot to mess up in this level if you're just too quick or too slow. Holy shit, it's almost like you're playing Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. But if you're having trouble with that level, that is a great level for emulator and just using a save state and just repping that level over and over and over again. In Fishy 4, grabbing all the snacks here. We're going to be grabbing these two snacks right here. Grab that. And then go down the conveyor belts. Like Nastani said earlier, if it's going in the direction you want, just stay on it. If it's not, jump. And then once you get the snacks on the floor right here, then you're going to want to jump to this trampoline like you saw me do. Get on the fishnet. Jump to these three snacks. And then do a pretty extended double jump to this door. I did not pay attention to my snack quota, but ideally you'd want to have 1,045 here, according to at least my splits. So now we're going to do Pier. And immediately when you enter Pier 1, you can just double jump and then grab all those snacks right there. I like single jumping for these snacks. And then you can bounce on these crabs right here for these snacks as well. And you're just grabbing snacks. Because you have the galoshes, you can actually charge here. And then you can jump and grab all these snacks. Try not to land on the trampoline again. That's obviously pretty slow. And now we're going to do Coast, which you should be a little familiar with because you do it in any percent. But we're going to do a different way of skipping the cutscene here. Because we actually don't want the cutscene to be skipped at all. I'm going to show the way that I do it. And I do it an old-fashioned way that's a little risky, but the more you do it, the easier it kind of gets. And it's really not that bad. So yeah, you should be used to grabbing all these snacks here. And then instead of death abusing, and by all... I died. Accidentally. Lamau. I didn't even land on the floor before the thing. That sucks. I didn't even die like doing the cutscene skip. I just fell in front of that pit before the cutscene skip, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't do that either.
Yeah, definitely don't do that either. But you can do the death cutscene skip if you're having trouble with this cutscene skip. It's just going to be making the keys stupider to collect later on, which you might be thinking like, what? How's that possible? That goes everything against I know in Fishy skip. Well, when you break the boxes, the keys actually fall if you don't die. So, here's how I skip the cutscene. Watch me not do it first try as well. That'd be funny. I should actually make a save state just in case I don't get it first try. But essentially what I do is if you see these rocks right here, I like to run up to these rocks, and then I do my first single jump, and then basically once I am out far enough, then I just do a second jump up to that light post right there. You can also see how Mortal does it. He does a thing where he like goes to these rocks right here, and then he like jumps up to the pole from this part, which I guess assume is safer. I've never done it myself. He says it's the freest way to do it possible. I say whatever works for you, you should do.
Or you could do something stupid like Nastani, but don't do that.
What do you do?
I don't even jump on the light post. I just jump through it.
Oh.
Yeah, I just jump through it.
All right.
Highly not recommended.
So let's just replicate it. So we're coming through here. Jump through. There you go. That's how I do it right there. So, yeah, pretty easy stuff. Once you get used to it, obviously, once you practice. And if you don't land on this light post and you end up jumping over it, there's the cutscene for you if you really want to watch that. Woo! But yeah, that's just how I do the cutscene skip. It's just, and if you like accidentally land here or something somehow, well, if you're good enough, you can jump back to that light post. But if you're having trouble with this, death abusing like normal is totally a viable thing to do and not the worst thing in the world. Here, the snack box is really tricky to get if you haven't practiced the jump. Essentially, you want to line up. You see where like this like mark is right here, that gray mark. If you can, I think you guys can see my mouse. It's like right here, this mark. If you line up with that mark right there and then just do a full double jump without losing any height, then you will get that box. If you don't get it, then yeah, it kind of sucks. Okay. But like if you're having trouble with it and you just want to move on, you could probably just get some more snacks in lab. It's not the worst thing in the world. But I would recommend you practicing getting that box because it's very fast and it's better than anything you would ever do in lab. If you're quick enough, you can actually make a crab cycle to where that crab won't even be in the way and hit you. Same thing here. If you're quick enough, you'll actually not even be in the way of the crab at all and you can just walk right by it. Now, this is why I was saying you probably don't want to do the death cutscene, is because these keys fall to the floor right here. And when you die, they stay floating, which this is the exact reason why you can do Fishy skip with the death cutscene and not skipping the cutscene like normal. But we just grab those snacks, grab those keys, way easier than Fishy skip will ever be. That kind of rhymed, which is cool. And then we just move on to this level where we basically any percent it. Everyone knows this. You just slip by the enemies, grab all the snacks, you're good to go. The same thing here in Hedge 3, Jesus. In Coast 3, Coast 3 is exactly like any percent. You run through the level, you do the coast boats and all that other stuff as well. I'm assuming you guys all know what version of the game you're playing on. So like on Xbox or PS2, if you're playing on there, the snack boxes in Coast 2 that you just saw me go through, those snack boxes are higher up. So you're not going to be making the same cycle that I did. But yeah, that just sucks. play an emulator. But that's good. That's good to point that out. Just to know that there's that console difference right here. And then because I'm playing on a 1.0 ROM right now, you can do the invisible net right here, as you know, if you're playing any percent. Otherwise, you use the actual fishnet up above, which is what I do when I play on disc. And then, yeah. So my stacks are a little bit behind. I think that's just because of the save state I had, though. But normally, you want to have 990 snacks by the time you reach this snack gate right here. And so now we're going to go into Which Way, which is exactly the same as any percent. You literally don't do anything different in this level at all. It's great. I'm a boomer, and I like doing the backwards jump thing because I hate doing the stupid strat on the wall like you do in any percent. So I'm not even going to teach it to you. That's how much I hate it. No.
Damn.
But
It's pretty hard. So.
It is pretty hard, so...
There's no reason to go for it in NLA.
Yeah.
Unless you're just already good at it, in which case, have fun.
Yeah. But, yep. So you just do Which Way like normal. You also do this level like normal. You want to get the frame perfects if you can. Pretty straightforward stuff. I'm not good at frame perfects because I've been playing this category. Frame perfects are so not important in this category as much as, like, any percent, but obviously you'd still want to get them.
10 seconds, any percent.
Get snack boxes. Slip past enemies. Get bitches. All that great stuff.
Yo!
That's just what's up.
Panda. I got broads on Atlanta.
And then, I don't know, if you guys really don't know this, you don't have to jump for this first snack box. You can actually just walk underneath it. This one you can jump for. Go for the frame perfect right here. I'm always late because I'm cringe. And then you just enter Lighthouse 2. That's true. That's very true. And then there's this level, which, again, you guys already know. You just go through it. Ton of snacks in here. Get all these boxes for sure. If you miss a single snack, it's probably not the end of the world, especially because there's falling bridges everywhere. I made a sick, nasty cycle. Wish I could do that in a PB, Lamau. And now we're going to warp to Shock. And this is the part where I cut because I made a stupid save state and I have to watch this cutscene. Actually, I could just do this. Never mind, I'm not going to cut it out. Collect the snack box. Break the boards. We're going into creepy. Obviously, this is basically like any percent in the sense of like jumping over to this side over here. Don't fall, Lamau. But you want to charge to these snacks right here. Press these buttons. And we're actually going to jump down for that snack box behind the pillar. If you don't like jumping for this right here, then you can actually just get that snack box right when you first enter the level, but it is a few seconds slower. It's whatever you're more comfortable with. But otherwise, yeah, we're just going to be jumping through the level. Grab these two snacks like normal. Grab this snack box like normal. Grab these snacks. And we're going to enter Creepy 2. And Creepy 2 is basically the exact same as any percent until the very end. So we're just grabbing all these keys and all these snack boxes like we would in any percent. But instead of doing RBS and going into lab, that would obviously be skipping entire portions of the game and not entering a level on time. We are going into Creepy 3 to get the plungers, and we're going to be on our way to the Skull Cliff levels. But we're going to do this same thing here where we collect the key. And then we're going to go over to this room, and we're going to enter Creepy 3. If you immediately charge in this level and go up through the axe like this, then you can kind of time out a cool little axe cycle where you don't have to hit any axes at all. That comes with a little practice. Not a big deal if you don't know it. It's a couple seconds of time loss if you just get hit once, because then you know, you just have the iframes. Yeah. But, yeah, you just grab all these snacks here. That snack box in the back right can be a little tricky. But it's just a good time to double jump. Yeah, now we're backtracking all the way to Hill again, and we're going to do Skull Cliff, which, in this category, Skull Cliff is actually harder than one would think. So the first thing we're going to do when entering Skull Cliff right here is we're going to hold down, spam A, and we're going to instantly die, because there's a cutscene there. So cutscene skip, that's a poggers moment. We're going to grab all these snacks right here and right here, and we're going to push this button. If you get the frame perfect on the button, then you're a god like me. If you don't, it's okay. It literally means nothing for you at all. It saves like 0 time.
It doesn't save time.
Don't be me and fall. I've never done that before. Glad this is happening when I'm giving a tutorial.
Woo!
But yeah, and that's the nice thing is like if you have 1 health entering Skullcliff 1 or something, then it doesn't matter because you die anyway, and you just get like 3 health back. So not the end of the world. So that's kind of a nice little like reset point for your health if you get hurt a lot in like Creepy or Lighthouse or something like that. Which, I mean, you're not supposed to, but I'm just saying, you know, everybody makes mistakes.
Everybody has those days.
Everybody has those days. Yeah, you're just going to grab that arc right here. You're going to grab these snacks right here. Grab the box. Grab big ol' arc. And then we're just going to charge for these line of snacks and then die. We die a lot in this level. Well, you're supposed to die twice. I died 3 times because I suck. But, we're going to grab that arc right there. And then I like doing a skid jump across this gap right here. Super easy. I still did it risky. I can't believe I actually made it.
That jump is a lot harder than it looks.
It is a lot harder than it looks. So I recommend doing the skid jump. You can actually time that. You can time doing a jump like that without the skid. Or there's a ledge about right here. Yeah, like right there. And you can use that to jump across here as well. This platform's moving because I already jumped across, but yeah, there's a lot of options for getting over this ledge, but I just think the easiest is doing that skid jump
and also,
mentioned
if
earlier.
you can't get any of those methods, you can also just go across the top
True.
side and
Yes.
drop down to it as well.
I'll show that.
I've done that sometimes in NLA because
I'll
really
show that
bad
real
at
quick.
That jump.
Yeah, so if you're not getting that jump, then you can jump. You can come up here, and if you jump to there, you can enter the door. So it's pretty great stuff. It is definitely slower, but hey, better to play it safe than just die there over and over and over again. So,
Rude. That's what
But
I
yeah.
do. Smile.
so now we're just gonna go through this level forwards, which is actually, I actually think it's gross. Like playing this level backwards is actually better for some reason. But yeah, you just collect all the snacks in this level like normal. You grab these 2 right here, and then you walk over to Skull 3. Now in Skull 3, in the beginning part of this level, don't charge at all. Do not even charge. Just hold R the whole time. And we're going to be making a dope platform cycle. That'll save like 10 seconds. I actually don't know how much time it save it is.
Like,
But probably like 5
or something.
Yeah. But just hold R. Do not charge at all. Time your jumps right to get at least a majority of those snacks. I like double jumping that arc, although I think you can single jump it. Actually, I know you can single jump it. But right here, you can make this dope cycle right here, and then you can just slip on by right through the level. Bonk on this guy's head, and you just collect all these snacks right here. If you don't make the cycle, that's okay. You just have to wait like a little bit for the platform to come back. But otherwise, yeah, this level's pretty straightforward. Just don't charge for the start of it. That's kind of the best advice I can give you, because it kind of just lines itself out and it works out really well. But now we're going to do Skullcliff 4, and this is also a really hard part of this run, is landing on this ledge right here. It's not only slippery, but it's also just very small. And so basically the idea behind it is you want to get the most distance that you can, and I found that rubbing up against the wall a little bit before you land on the ledge helps me. I don't know if that's placebo or if that's actually like a viable thing to do, is to just rub up against that wall when you're ground pounding. But yeah, the more you do this jump, you know, the better it is. If you're having trouble with this jump, you can also, if you'd like to do like a skid jump and then do a ground pound, you will probably miss a lot of snacks in that arc that was there. But if you're good at, you know, slide jumping, then yeah, it should not really be too good. It shouldn't be that big of a problem for you. That's what I want to say, Smiley.
You can also
But
go across the top.
you can also go across the top, but you just have to
If you
wait
wanna
for that
lose
moving
20
platform.
seconds.
Yeah. There's also some more snacks up there too, so it's whatever you feel like doing. But regardless, you're going to end up being right here at these moving platforms. And you're going to jump up here. I like to dash and utilize the full dash right here. Jump on these moving platforms. Dash through the tunnel. We're going through this level forwards. There's a checkpoint right there too, so if you die at any point throughout the level now, you spawn right back there instead of the beginning of the level. But hopefully you just want to make to this platform right here when it's arriving. And then you're just going to double jump all through the merry way. I like to charge past this ghost diver. And then you can jump on this invisible ledge right here, which is way bigger than I thought it was. And then you're all good to go. So I forgot to lower my splits so you can see my snack totals. My snacks are pretty high for this level, yeah.
Snacks are smoking weed right now.
Yeah. But honestly, from my experiences in this category, like my snacks are normally higher than the quota when I reach this level. Not this high though. But normally, as you can see from my splits, the snacks you should probably have around 1,135, 1135. So yeah, my snacks were pretty high. I mean, if you have snacks like that in your run, you're a god. But I don't know. I'm using like random save states, so it could just be a complete mishap with snacks. So,
Speedrunner.
all right, I'm gonna get a water.
I'm an average speedrunner, joking. That's why I missed my my goal by 2 seconds whenever I PB smile.
Yeah. Also, actually, I'll probably edit this at the beginning of the tutorial, but yeah, if you ever want to take a break from learning this, then feel free to do so. So right there, I should actually explain what I do there. What's up?
You should also say that you're running on NTSC GameCube.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm running an NTSC GameCube. I feel like that's pretty apparent at this point, but
An average speedrunner -1.
as you can see, there's a cutscene here. And we obviously don't want to watch that cutscene. So when we enter through the level, just hold left and spam A, and you can just skip that cutscene really easily. Otherwise, you're just going to follow me, set me free, trust me, and we can escape from the city. You just grab all the keys and all the snacks, and you get out of here. And then, like any percent, just do single jumps to collect all the snacks. Don't do shenanigans that are slow. That fish is normally in the way, so I like to jump over it. There are times, though, where I've landed on top of the fish, and then it gives me a speed boost to the part of the level where I need to be, and that's technically faster, but incredibly not viable. But yeah. So this level is pretty straightforward and easy. Just grab the snacks in that order, get the keys. Nothing really difficult about that. The more you do this level like that, the easier to be cleaning up the movement. I got the frame perfect there. I'm a god. But yeah, you want to run up here. You want to hit this icicle / stalactite. And then I like to run down here. That was a little risky. You can also slide jump down here as well. But you want to basically get down to this elevation at some point, somehow, in some way, and grab all the snacks right there. And then jump across all of these and grab the snacks here as well. And then there's an invisible ledge right here. It's pretty big. To get back up without pressing that stinking little button. And you'd kind of just grab all the snacks here. Not really that difficult. Normally that...
an NLE guide right now, joking.
Yeah. That ghost diver's normally the way I smashed it on the head because it needs to go to horny jail. And we're going to enter the auto splitter. Or the auto splitter. Sorry, I've been watching.
Damn, I wish I had one of those.
I've been watching some other speedruns. Where the what is this called? The freaking thing. Oh, hold up right and spam A. big strats right there. Then you can jump a little further into the level. So hold upright, spam A. There you go.
We did get an 18 snowy.
But you're gonna wanna hit the button. Yeah, Nasani got an 18. That's pretty
Not a
boggers.
55 though, so it's not good enough. Therefore, I'm still running.
Auto scroller. That's what I'm thinking of. This is an auto scroller. But yeah,
Just collect all the snacks.
that's all you do. Yeah, it's really not that bad. How are you doing though? Is my tutorial good? If it's not,
Sounds good to
then
me.
say I suck in the comments below.
Actually,
And
if
like
you
the video.
If you think that this tutorial is bad, you should go over to twitch.tv/Jaxler1 and subscribe to him using your Twitch Prime. That would really stick it to Coley.
is a little
That would make
off
him feel so
topic.
bad about himself. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? This is directly on topic. What are you talking about?
I'm live streaming this tutorial, by the way, for whoever's watching this section of the tutorial. I don't know why you would continuously watch me and just not skip to the end of this level, but my chat is telling me that I suck.
True. Also, follow him at twitch.tv/Coley_2.
Sure.
Also, subscribe and like the video. You've gotten this far.
Immortal says I suck too. Damn.
Damn.
I thought he was
Do
my
you swallow,
friend.
though?
Sometimes.
Ooh. Nodders.
Okay, so at this point right here, you don't want to do that, but you want to jump off a little bit early on these boats, and then you can jump all the way up here. That was extremely risky. You might want to wait a little bit longer, but yeah, you can jump a little bit early. You can jump a little bit early for those boats. You don't have to bother with those snacks right there. Those are completely slow, not worth it at all. You don't have to collect this item either. You can just charge right to the door and enter it. I accidentally skidded there, but this is another opportunity where if you hold R, and actually I have a save state. If you don't skid, you can hold R and right, and you can launch through this level, and it makes this key cycle called Beat My Keys very easy. Because you can just jump right down here. You can not die to the ghost. The ghosts are RNG in this level, by the way. So if you are
Sometimes
killed,
you just get nade-nade.
yeah, if you just got naded like I did right there, you should not feel bad about yourself. That was the game literally fisting you in the ass. I'm sorry this tutorial got so vulgar all of a sudden.
Massive.
But yeah, you just collect the keys. I should actually, yeah, I should probably go through the key cycle with you guys. But yeah, there's a key cycle. The veterans call it ferret keys. Because I'm a cringe newbie zoomer, we call it beat my keys.
No,
But basically,
beat my keys, and if you don't call it beat my keys, you're wrong, objectively.
But basically, you just want to wait right over here on this ledge, dash once you get this snack, and then you should be able to get that third key and the second key, you know, all in one swoop. That's Beat My Keys. Pretty simple on paper, hard in practice, but once you get it...
If you miss it, it's only 5 seconds. So.
Yeah, not the biggest deal in the world. This level, play it safe, I guess, since you're starting off. If you're confident in what you can do with platforming and such, then go for it. But like doing this, not necessary at all. So
Yeah, you have to wait for the ledges anyway, so you can pretty much just take it at your own pace.
if you'd like to, at the end here, though, you can actually jump from this ledge and ground pound. That only saves like a second, though, so like who cares? Not really the biggest deal in the world. But regardless, you want to, you know, hit all the urns in the actual order, because it's fast enough to do that. And if you're fast enough to hit this first urn, then you should be able to land on this platform right there when it's normally up. You can land on it after that one cutscene plays. If you miss it, it's really not a big deal. So this is the prime example of you not skidding in this level, and you will get the cutscene skip here. So you're gonna hold R
that really matters.
and down left, and you should skip the cutscene. So if you skid in that level, the chances are you will just randomly just like stay in place, and you won't death abuse, and you won't skip the cutscene. That's like a huge 20-second, 10-second, big boy time loss.
It's 8 seconds, but yeah.
I don't know, but
Yep,
the point is it's really big.
yeah.
So you're just gonna collect all the snacks. Yeah, just don't skid.
Yo, Bob,
And then
thanks for the
yeah,
raid.
because I'm literally talking about a completely different level. Collect all the snacks in this order. Just trust me on this one. This is how you want to do it.
How'd your runs go? Cole is making an NLE tutorial right now. Nodders.
But yeah, that's just how you want to collect those snacks in the level. It's the fastest way to do it possible. I don't know why it is. I mean, I know why it is, but it's just
After.
you just do it.
I mean,
So yeah, here is another snack quota. 980 snacks. We're Gucci. Keep her going. We're about to do Green Ghost as well. So in this level, you're gonna jump to this arc. You normally don't want to skid that far. It makes collecting those snacks harder. You can frame perfect these pillars, by the way. And you can jump to this gargoyle and kill it. All the other ones, I would advise you to not do that because there's like ceilings and stuff. And you can jump over to this section right here. Obviously, you can walk across it if you're not comfortable doing that. I would advise jumping all the way over to this side, though. And then what I like to do when I'm on this platform is I like to run off the like top right of this to grab this key right here, and then you fall in the pit to skip a cutscene. That jump is way harder than it looks. That key is super annoying. If you don't end up getting that key, you can just take Shaggy and get it the casual way, where you just you get thrown up, and then you just grab the key. So yeah, not the end of the world if you don't get that jump. That is definitely a jump where I even miss it. So what's up?
Like whenever you're at like a pausing point.
Okay, then here I'll do it at Green Ghost. So in this level, we just hit the coffins until we see that we've gotten a snack out of it, because we only just get one coffin because it's 100% guaranteed to drop snacks at some point. If this is the coffin that has the snacks in it, then I would recommend, once you've pressed this button right here, to go back over to here and jump on this ledge.
I feel that, man.
Right here. You want to jump on that ledge right here. I like rubbing up against the wall. You hold up left, and then you just do like a quick double jump. I thought you did. There you go. And then you can get all the snacks up here, and you could go through it. And you kind of just do the level backwards. But I would only do it if you get the coffins at the very far right. Because otherwise it'd be really slow to just walk that whole way across without doing anything. So
Hey, I got a 57 today, Bob, but I'm looking for a 55 or lower, so therefore I'm still running. Fine.
And so now we're just going to go through this room. We're going to grab the snacks in this order, grab the keys in this order as well. And then we're going to fight Green Ghost, which, I mean, everybody should kind of know how to fight Green Ghost. You just press the button, and so then he gets sucked up into the coffin like a vacuum. And then, yeah, we're all good to go. So I guess if you want to watch me beat this boss fight, then you can.
She used them all bonus, but also PR chat seems to.
It's also good to note that if he stays, I didn't hit the button, but if I did hit the button, he would have stayed in the middle, and you would have gotten a free hit, because you see how Daphne got to this coffin right here. But I'm a poo-poo dummy, and I didn't do that. Wow, that sucks.
Poo-poo dummies in chat?
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. There's also, if you didn't know, there are sandwiches in the urns right there if you need help as well. Anyway, straightforward boss. What's the question?
So it's called NLE, right?
Yeah.
I just have a question. I never realized this, but like going into Creepy 1, we don't pay the snack gate. Like, shouldn't we have to, in theory?
No,
Or
because
did
you
we just
still...
decline that because it's unfun? Because I'm all for declining because it's unfun.
Well, it's unfun, but then also you have this... You unlock the Super Smash, and there's nothing stopping you from going to Shock 2 and ground pounding there, even in a casual game sense.
True.
Like, they put that entrance there themselves, so...
Alright, fair.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, because I never thought about it, and I was like, wait a second.
No. Even in glitchless, I think you would be able to get away with doing that, which they should, which if it's not, then that's just sad. But anyway, you can also pause storage here. If you're not going to pause storage here, then at the end of the boss fight, you can, before you actually get the umbrella and the cutscene plays, you can do a jump and a smash up to here instead of like gliding. And then you can just wait by the door. Don't press X until the cutscene plays, otherwise you don't get the umbrella and your run is completely invalid. But otherwise, yeah, you're going to pause storage or you're going to go through this door, which just takes us back to the main hub. And we're going to warp all the way to Lighthouse 2. And in Lighthouse 2, this load is really fast compared to other ones in this game. But you just want to hold down and go through this loop of snacks right here. And then you're going to enter through which way? And we're going to head to Wreck, which these levels are notoriously hard. But the more you do it, the more easier it gets, like every other thing you do in life. I don't know why I'm saying the things I'm saying right now. But the ship levels, I have to practice still to this day. So, yeah. You want to grab all those snacks, and we're going to enter Wreck. And here in Wreck, we're trying to make a cycle with the water. Oops. But it is super easy to make. As long as you don't get hit like a billion times and you just keep moving forward, you should be good to go. You just grab that first line of snacks towards the back, and then we jump around to here, and we grab all the snacks right here. And this is the cycle that we've been trying to make, gliding over to this rock right here without the water killing us. So yeah, as you can see, cycle is really easy to make. We actually have to wait a little bit here now because we were fast enough. But then we just grab all these snacks here. Obviously, we do press that button. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not, so these platforms can lower. And we're just going to enter Rec 2. And the key for being fast in Rec 2 is to not bounce as much as you need to. But by all means, if you're starting this category, just if you don't die in this level, that's the best thing you can do, to be completely honest. You don't need to go through it as fast as I am right now. But please, this is a great level to get extra snacks in like these arcs on the sides, like right here you can grab two. And then that is probably the hardest part of this level right here. You want to be on the very edge of this trampoline and get all the height you can to ground pound onto that trampoline up there. Otherwise you'll die. So, and also when you die, you can also get boated on that motorboat right there, which is super annoying as well. But yeah, basically when you're starting off, I would just recommend try not to just die. Play it safe. You can always improve movement when you actually need to. Obviously, if it, like anything, it's good to, you know, start. But yeah, it's not a big deal. This jump is super hard. And if you're having trouble with it, there's the button all the way over here that you can press. You actually get more snacks along the way too, so you can route some of the slower snacks out. And that trampoline over there will just come over here. So, but yeah, it's a full height double jump, and you ground pound. I like to grab those 3 snacks over there, and then if you kind of just time everything right, you can actually just hold forward and grab all these snacks in these arcs like perfectly. But then you're just gonna glide over to here. We're gonna grab all these snacks, and then right before we get this last snack, we're gonna ground pound next to the trampoline. We're gonna try grabbing this snack right here when we fall, but we didn't. It's not a big deal. You don't even need to go back for it if you miss it. Just enter Rec 3. Rec 3 in this level, or in this category, is really easy. You grab these 6 snacks right here, and then you do a max double jump to land on both of these ledges. I like to grab those 2 snacks right there. And then you just glide up here. You don't need to go for that snack, but I do. And then you can land on this ledge here and jump up. Or if the ghost diver is over here, there's also a ledge on this side. They're on both sides. But you can also use the ghost diver to hop up as well. And then you want to jump over. There's like an invisible wall up there that you saw me land on for a sec. If you jump over that, or if you like feather the umbrella, like how I'm like kind of spamming A. It's hard to see because I'm not at a good altitude, but if you feather the umbrella by like spamming A when you're gliding down, then the wind won't push you, and then you can get over here as well. But yeah, now we're on to Aghast, which are personally like my least favorite levels in the entire category. I hate all these with my heart. You can grab more or less snacks here if you wish. These are just the snacks that I grab. I basically just try to not... Don't go back for any snacks, please. It's so slow in this particular level. I also like going for that little momentum boost thing, but you skip a bunch of snacks sometimes. Probably not worth it if you're just starting out this category and you've never really played these levels in a speedrun. But yeah, I kind of just go up one side of the ship for each of them, and then over here I'm going to jump over to these ships right here and grab these snack boxes. I'm gonna go back over to this ship right here because you saw me bonk on the fish to get over to that boat, which by all means, if the fish is there, it's definitely faster. But if the fish isn't there, then there's actually a little ledge right here that you can land on the boat, and you can just jump up there and shebang the whole ordeal. As you can see, I got that huge momentum boost down, and so it just gets you to the floor quicker. But then you're just gonna get all these snacks over here, and you're just gonna enter Aghast 2. And this is another level where don't worry about playing it safe. Or don't worry about playing it safe. Play it super risky. No, don't worry about playing it. I would say, yeah, don't worry about playing this super risky. Play it safe. If you want to wait,
Play this level like a bitch. On God.
yeah, play this level like a bitch. But when you want to get shorter times, then maybe focus on this level and its movement a little bit. But otherwise, yeah, you can get a frame perfect on this button right here. You want to press that button right there as well, and then you can ground pound on that witch to get up top there. If you end up getting on top there where the monster token is, then there's actually a ledge right... I missed it. Lamau. Right there. It's sort of like next to this like lined texture right here. But you want a full like max height holding R double jump. Yeah, it might be easier to do it from this angle too. Yeah. So there you go, a little backup for you. If you are quick enough through this level though, you can make a really great platform cycle. I'm obviously not going to do it because I just wasted my time. Well, not wasting my time, that's kind of harsh, but
He wasted his time making this tutorial.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like what the hell?
But basically, you really just want to skip single snacks when you can. See, that's what I'm saying. Just play it safe. Don't be me. If you do die in this level, though, there's actually a ledge right here that you can just jump up to, and you can go through the level a lot quicker. So maybe it's a good thing that I died, because now I can show you what to do if you accidentally do die down there. So, but obviously it is not recommended. Your doctor does not recommend you dying here, so.
I'm your doctor.
But yeah, essentially most of the time you want to skip whatever single snacks there are here. But often the cycles that I make are normally like this, where it's spiraling up anyway, and I have to wait for it to spiral down to get the box. So you just end up kind of grabbing everything anyway. But ideally, the cycle you really do want to make, if you're really going for a cycle, is there's the platform right there. Obviously, I didn't make it, but it's normally a lot closer. And so you can actually land on that platform, like, instantly, and you can grab a lot more snacks that way. But obviously, when it's that far away, or honestly, again, if you're just unsure about what's happening in this level and you just don't want to die, don't even go for it. I'd recommend going for that cycle if you're really starting to take the category seriously, and want to get a lower time in general. So, but yeah, this level's not as stress. Wow. Okay, we might have to. I can't even believe that just happened. Cool. Great. But yeah, this level's rough, even for the man teaching you the level. Although, granted, I am going through this level in ways that I normally don't do it, so that's my excuse. I'm just not in the runner mode right now, I guess.
Excuse emoji.
That's a real
poggos in chat.
Yeah. But I think I mentioned this earlier, but somebody in my chat is asking me to mention it again. If you die in a level, you know, I mean, if you are familiar with any percent, you know that dying in a level where there's water in it, like this level, for instance, it changes how water clips through objects. So you can get boated in these levels, meaning like if you die in a level, what can happen is the water clips through the boat that you're standing on, and you will die, and it's really unfair, and it sucks. I almost died right there. I don't know what happened. But yeah, that can happen in a ton of levels, so predominant in these levels, but the solution is to just not die, Smiley. No. Or if it's really giving you trouble and you keep dying to the boats, then you can just exit and re-enter the level, and that'll reset the water. But that's pretty slow. So, yeah, this level, pretty straightforward. You just... you ignore that warp gate over in the corner, but you just grab all the snacks in this level. If you do end up, like, falling down one of these, shit. Well, maybe you'll get an example of being boated, but, actually, no, you won't, because I'm smart, and I'll just do this. Here's a backup for you. You can just swing on these thingermadoodles. Actually, I think that's not even the right one, Lamau. That's not. But, what I was going to say is that if you, like, fall down a life preserver and you can't jump up to it like this one, then what you can do, this camera angle really sucks, but you can bonk on the fish and then you get a little bit more height to these life preservers, which granted is much more difficult, and if you think you can do it, then by all means go for it because it's faster, but otherwise just go back to the lower life preservers and just swing again. And then this is my least favorite level in the entire run, which is Shiver. We're going to jump up to this cannon right here, and we're going to do full double jumps to land on some ledges with the rope. Sometimes those ledges are finicky, but ideally you just want to get up to them, get up to the key, and then just grab all the snacks here. Grab all the snacks right here. I just learned this thing where if you hold right a little bit, to stop Scooby's momentum, you can actually collect all those snacks in that arc that you saw me do. That's pretty useful. I would actually recommend not using the trampoline, the umbrella. Don't use the umbrella that much when you're trying to go for snacks and all these arcs and stuff. It's just too slow. But regardless, whether it's on this side or the other side, you want to use the life preserver up here to... I'm cringe. You want to use the life preserver to reach this button. There's another one on that side. Gives you some more options to get to this button. But you're going to press that button after getting all those snacks and those arcs. And you're just going to run up these conveyor belts. And you're going to collect this key right here. And you're just going to collect this big arc. And then you see all those snacks back there. We're just going to literally go in a big square and collect these snacks. If the ghost divers aren't in a convenient location, like there, he was convenient, so I bonked him on the head. But if it's not, then you can just jump from the center there, and you can grab the snack boxes. And then here, we enter Redbeard. And I am not going to give a theoretical physics-like lecture on how Redbeard works, but essentially the goal is to be at the very top above Redbeard, so he cuts multiple ropes. And this is where things kind of get interesting. If you are not comfortable with pause storage, then maybe get comfortable, because if you get a 4 rope,
Get comfortable.
so that's so basically you have to be very precise with how you get if you get a multi-rope, because the idea I'm such a mumbled mess right now. Redbeard, the whole point of the boss is you throw the sword, you wait for Redbeard to throw the sword at the rope, and then he cuts it. But you can have Redbeard cut multiple ropes at the same time, like you just saw me do right there. I got 3 of the 4 ropes. The best you can get is 3 or 4. If you get all 4 of these ropes cut, however, the boss technically soft locks, where you get the gum, and you can't leave the level you can't leave the level at all, except for pause storage. 4 rope is the fastest you can technically get. But if you get 4 rope and you really don't want to do pause storage, because you are going to risk, quitting the game and ending your run, then you would literally just die from Redbeard, and you would just try multi-rope again. But getting a 4 rope is a very difficult thing to do. I'm still not 100% sure on how... I could have a whole theoretical physics lecture on how I think Redbeard works and stuff like that. But generally what I like to do is I just like to line up here, looking at the planks of wood to help me. And then I kind of just use my shadow to line up to get on top of Redbeard. And normally that gives me some sort of results. Obviously like that, sometimes it doesn't. What are you going to do?
Basically, just try to be right above Redbeard, and super smashing makes it easier. And yeah, that's Redbeard.
And if you don't get a multi-rope,
RNG, to be honest.
If you don't get a multi-rope here, then you can try it again. You can basically just keep trying if you're confident with pause storage, obviously. You can kind of just keep trying to go for a multi-rope basically every single time until, there's only 1 rope left, because then it's not a multi-rope. But yeah, this boss can really be the run killer when you start, getting lower times, higher quality runs. It's pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, this boss kind of sucks. Worst boss probably in the whole game. But hey, once you're done with this boss, you're basically in the clear for, getting a PB or a run, really. So
pretty much in the clear for RNG time loss.
Yeah. So
because Redbeard's kind of RNG. He's not really, but he's also kind of really, it's just stupid.
It's a weird thing. So I'm just going to finish the Redbeard boss fight right here. But yeah, that's basically Redbeard, and then all we have to do now is the basement levels. And then we get the soap power up, and then we're all good to go. So as you can see right there, I got 4 rope. But I have the gum. So normally what I would do is I would just pause storage out of here. Actually, I don't know what to do now, because I have the gum, but I don't want to pause storage on Emmy. Sheesh. Actually, I know what I can do.
Just exit the level for him.
Yeah, I'll just do this. So yeah, whenever you beat the boss, whenever you beat the boss, you are just going to warp back to this level right here. This is creepy 3. and we are going to be like right over here, I guess, if you're pause storaging. So if you're pause storaging, you just warp to creepy. If you're going to go through the cannon, if you beat the boss like normal and you don't want to pause storage, then there is a cannon by the door where Fred is, and you just go back to Mystery Machine. If you ever put the King Casually, you know what I'm talking about. And then you just warp over to creepy. So once you're in creepy, though, you normally want the Space Kook to not be annoying and move. I didn't even know they could move in this level, but it makes sense. But regardless, you want to just bonk him on the head, and there's two different things you can do here that I'm going to recommend. The first thing, and the easiest method of getting past these flames without grabbing the key, is to just spam A through this magnifying glass. Not like that. I'm an idiot. Is you want to spam A, and you can just walk through the fire like that, and you can just enter the door. Or you can jump on, so there's magnifying glass right there. You can jump on this urn, I guess, right here, and if you do like a double jump and you like rub up against this wall right here, and I like to just spam X to enter the door, then you can enter through the door that way as well. And so like what you saw right there is I died, but I also entered the level. So that means I actually don't need to help Shaggy. And I can actually just go through this level a bit faster because I can just leave him here. You can see that the button's already pressed, and we could just skate right on by. But if you don't die and you still enter through the level, which is guaranteed with the magnifying glass, then you just turn him over and you talk to him, and then you just lead him all the way over to this button, and then he opens the door. So it's a small time loss, but you know, people like to play it safe, so it's whatever you feel more comfortable with. But regardless, you're going to be going through the level like this. Try and dodge the axes if you can. Yep. I like to jump and grab for that snack. And then if you're low on snacks, or depending on your snack route, like I do this in my snack route, is you go over to this room and you just grab all the snacks in here. It's slow, technically, but in a category like this, what are you going to do? This gate right here is, it's a gate clip. It's like, you know, SCS or Shark Room, where you just want to rub up against the wall, holding left, and then hold up left. You can do this with the D-pad or the joystick. I normally just use the D-pad. It's whatever your preference is. It shouldn't be too difficult. Normally, if I don't make it, what happens is normally I'm just not jumping well enough. If you jump too quickly, you don't clip through. Also, gliding also is a big contributing factor to it as well. It just makes it a lot easier. You don't need to glide, but it's just helpful. So, as you saw right there, I grabbed all those snacks down there, and I landed on that barrel to turn on this fan, and then we're just going to glide up this right here. We're going to grab all the keys, and then you're going to land over to this ledge over here to grab all these snacks, and then we're going to grab the last key over here. Bada bing, bada boom. Try and grab this snack without getting hit. Cool. And then there's some invisible ledges right here, which normally need like a full double jump for you to get on them quickly. And you can charge for these snacks right here. You don't have to jump for it. And you're all good to go. And, yeah. We missed a snack quota thing in Aghast. You need 1125. But that's okay. When you're running, you'll know what's up. But by the end of this set of levels, we need to have 730 snacks at least, which with the snack count we have right now should not be a problem at all. I'm going to go around and grab all those snacks. You don't need to break the box on the right because it just has a sandwich in it. So we just use that to jump up to the chains right here and grab the snacks and go through the level. And so in this level, you're going to see me kind of make 2 cycles, I guess. So when you pull on this chain, you want to act quickly, and you want to charge for these keys and quickly ground pound. So like there, I missed the button. That's really unfortunate. But that's okay, because we're going to be going through this level a second time to grab these snacks right here. So there you go. You can still recover from it. Not the biggest deal in the world. But obviously you want to get the key the first try because it's faster. You don't have to worry about making the cycle, though. It's just, you might as well just start doing it because there's more where that came from. So that's, again, another level that I would recommend that you practice on, like, emulator or just doing ILs of it, and you should be all set. I completely didn't talk about this level. I'm so sorry. You just, you run through here, you grab all these snacks, and then I like to jump, do a full double jump, and glide to this snack box up here. If you don't want to do that, you can jump on top of this button and grab it. That's what most people do. But then you run through the level, and I like to grab the keys in that order I just did, where you kind of just go in a C shape, and then you enter through this level right here. And then me and Mortal in particular do this level a little bit differently in the second half. Which, honestly, either one is recommended. I feel like they're basically the same amount of time, depending on what you do. But it's this sort of portion of the game where you can start skipping snacks if you are over-collected or anything like that. And the more you run this category, the more you'll pay attention to, oh, I have a lot of snacks here, or, oh, like, I actually need to collect every single snack in this room. So normally for me, I just have to, I can skip that snack all the way in the back. And then I like to jump for all those snacks if I actually collected them, Lamau. And you can charge underneath these ghosts. I normally like to try and beat that ghost to this laundry machine to grab these snacks here. I didn't. But then you jump on this staircase, grab the soap, and then you just warp back to Creepy 3. And hopefully by this point you have met the 730 snack quota, which we did, which is great. That means we shouldn't have to collect as many snacks in the lab as we normally would. But you still want to collect all these snacks up here. You don't need the umbrella for them, so it's technically faster. But again, if you feel more comfortable gliding, because if you fall, you'll just have to go all the way back up there, then it is not a big deal. I like just getting hit by that axe and then just iframing the whole way through. Just try not to hit an enemy. That'll kind of just be slow, but at least you'll get health that way. And you're going to want to skid, and you do want to hit that magnifying glass. So you can actually skip the cutscene, like we do in any percent. But instead of doing RBS, we can actually just land on the bat and use the umbrella to our advantage to get on that ledge a lot easier, a lot more efficiently. We also don't have to do GGS. Yay! Thank God for the umbrella, am I right? This makes everything a lot easier. So we just grab all the snacks in this fan part of the room right here. And then we can actually do a really sick YOLO jump. YOLO jump with the umbrella is so easy. You actually see, like, the actual void. Because you can just get so much height from it. But, yeah, normally in this room, you want, like... I try and have, like, 785 in this room. So, like, I think I have that exact total right here, yeah. So I'm actually just going to go through the door. But if you're behind on snacks, like there's a snack box all the way up there that I would recommend getting, or getting like part of this arc right here as well. So now we're going to not do Lido skip. We're going to go into this part of the room right here. Going to go completely through it. And personally, I like getting hit by the electricity here and just abusing, well, not when you have 1 health, Smiley. When normally I don't have 1 health here, so you can just kind of abuse iframes and single jump to grab all the snacks. These buttons in lab can be pretty finicky if you don't already know. Just a warning. You're gonna want to jump up there, grab the snack box, And then you're just going to glide for all these snacks right here. There is a cutscene skip in this level, but it's incredibly hard to do and basically just tasks. So if you do that thing where you don't skid in Lab 2 and you can get like that extra distance when you enter into this level right here, which personally I like to do. It's completely unnecessary, doesn't really save too much time. But normally, if you have kind of the same snack total that I do, I like to grab those 3 snacks right there. Don't get hit by the electricity, that's a really stupid thing to do. And then I like to kind of just grab all these boxes right here, and then you can grab this snack box actually with a well-timed jump, grabbing onto that ledge right there. Just grab these snacks right here. You basically just want 835 snacks leaving this room. You're gonna have to press this button eventually. Yeah, that's sort of the goal, is to just have 835 like right there. So now that we have 835, we can enter back into Lab 2, and we're just gonna get the 3 last snack boxes right here. So there's 2 floating right here, and then there's this super easy snack box to get that's kind of troll. You just double jump above here and you can grab it. And now we have 850 snacks. And this is going to be basically like every other category in the game except Hundo, where you just run through and be Mastermind. You're basically done doing an NLE run. So.
Ooh, nasty snacks. Sorry, I have 1017 going in this way. I missed 1 snack.
I was about to say, I only have like 5 snacks now. No. But yeah, so everybody knows how to do this level already.
Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody.
You just clip through. It should be plenty comfortable to clip through doors and stuff. Here, if you ever do Smashless Acid, it's super easy with the umbrella. So you don't really have to worry about doing any timings. You can literally just instantly run and glide to it. Activate the cutscene. I don't hold R here, and you can just, you know, group through the wall like normal.
Don't hold R.
Actually have health when you when you reach the button. Classic Coley _02 moment right there.
Yeah, normally after you clip into the wall there, just always be in the habit of hitting the Y button, because the Y button brings up your health. And so if you have 1 health, you can just get the health back right next to the electricity, and then you can go in.
And he literally just Scoob strats right there. Not even for a specific category. But yeah, everybody knows how to do this level.
Mastermind, yeah.
Oops. I haven't done this boss fight in a while, if you can't tell, Lamau. But yeah, you know, simple. This is stuff you already know how to do in any percent. Not a big deal. You're all done here. There's one difference with the Mastermind fight when he comes down, and that's that you can use the gum to get rid of the robots that are in your way.
Highly recommended.
Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, you end the time just like every other category you're running the game. You just kind of wait for it. So yeah, I just like putting the robots right there, and you can just hit Mastermind wherever he spawns, and then you would end time when you hear the electricity sound. So right there, and there you go. You are done running NLE. I'm surprised this tutorial was actually only 2 hours and it wasn't anything longer. But that's how you run NLE. Likely, I don't know. Knowing this game, this will probably be outdated. But if you have any questions, I sincerely urge you to join the speedrunning Discord, which I'll leave a link to into the description, or to comment down below, and I'll try and answer any questions that are down there. If you are having trouble doing, I don't know, I guess tar strats and pause storage, probably pause storage. I have tutorials on that as well, which you can check out. I'll leave links in the description as well. And I don't know why you're running this category, but good luck. Have fun.
It's a fun
Smiley.
Category. Don't listen to him.
I'm just salty because I've been grinding it a lot. So anyway, this is the tutorial. Take breaks. not hard once you know everything. Good luck with the runs.